Any pet owner will tell you just how emotionally intelligent an animal can be and how they can react sensitively to certain things, just like humans. Despite this, it's still widely believed that animals can't truly fall in love, and yet this story seems to suggest otherwise. 3 times a day for about a year, Casey's dog would stare longingly out her window. The pupper was clearly captivated by something, but Casey could not work it out. She speculated it was squirrels in the garden or passing cars that had caught the dog's attention, but it was rapt. This went beyond just a casual interest. Casey noticed this quite a lot in passing but couldn't quite put her finger on it. Eventually, she took the time to try to figure it out. The next time she saw the dog staring with great attention, she made sure she was quiet enough not to disturb it. She followed its line of sight and saw it staring directly at her neighbor's window. There, staring directly back at her dog with equally rapt interest, was the neighbor's cat. Amused and pleased to have finally solved the mystery, Casey let the pair go about their daily routine. But one day it seemed all was not well in paradise, as her dog soon became lackluster, lethargic, and unwilling to approach the window. It was a shock because the dog was seemingly depressed, leaving food in its bowl and not being as energetic as it once was. Casey tried to solve the problem by giving the pupper more attention and taking it for longer walks, but this did not work. She even took the dog to the vet to see if they could solve the problem, and they asked if anything in their routine had changed. Casey could think of nothing and was running low on ideas. Almost at a breaking point, Casey wondered why the dog had stopped staring out the window at all. She looked out and now saw that the neighbor had put an array of potted plants on the windowsill, meaning the cat could no longer sit there. Perhaps this was the very core of the issue. The dog had lost a friend and could no longer stare at its love. So Casey took it upon herself to try and solve the issue. Sitting down to write a note, she hoped her neighbor would appreciate the seriousness of the situation and not just think her crazy. She hoped that they would understand and be willing to accommodate her request. The note read, "Dear neighbor, this is going to sound ridiculous, but I thought that you should know that my dog is madly in love with your cat and has been for 6 months. 3 times a day he puts his paw on our railing to look at him or her in your windowsill. Now that you have potted plants there, he's heartbroken, but he keeps looking for your cat every time. Maybe your plants could switch to a different window? From your neighbor and her adoring dog." A few days passed and nothing happened. Had the neighbors seen the note? Had they just dismissed the request? But suddenly things changed dramatically. There was a note in the neighbor's window. It read, "For true love." The neighbor removed the potted plants and the cat returned to its previous post. The unlikely pairing were now reunited through longing stares.